The shock death of Diana, Princess of Wales, triggered an outpouring of grief and mourning that no one could have possibly foreseen. An estimated 60 million bunches of flowers were left in Diana's memory at the likes of Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace and her ancestral home, Althorp House. While the royal family were holidaying at the Balmoral estate in Scotland when the news came in, they stayed there for a number of days to care for Prince William and Prince Harry. This decision would ultimately have a dire impact as the public quickly grew angry at their lack of public acknowledgement and action at her passing. It was soon decided that a number of gestures were needed to get the public back on side, one of which has shaped royal protocol for the subsequent 25 years that have followed since Diana's death. Ever since the first monarch lived at Buckingham Palace up until the day of Diana's funeral on September 6, 1997, it had been customary for the royal standard to be flown over the palace to denote that the monarch was in residence. When Diana died, Her Majesty was at Balmoral Castle, which explained why there was no flag was on display over Buckingham Palace. However, growing public hostility towards the firm was becoming more and more vocal, with many saying that they felt that a flag should be flown at half-mast to show respect to the late princess. This move was entirely unprecedented and had never been done before when the likes of King George V and King George VI died. Love the royals. Sign up for the Mirror's daily newsletter to get all the latest news on the Queen, Charles, Kate, Wills, Meghan, Harry and the rest of the firm. Click here to sign up. The Queen ultimately relented and allowed the Union flag to be flown at half-mast over Buckingham Palace on the day of Diana's funeral. This departure from tradition altered royal protocol as the Union flag now flies above the palace whenever the Queen is not in residence. It is then changed to the royal standard when she is there. In the years that followed, the flag has been lowered to half-mast to mark the death of the Queen Mother in 2002, the September 11 attacks in 2001 and the July 7 London bombings in 2005. However, lowering the flag is not the only way that the Queen went against royal tradition following Diana's death. While the monarch makes her Christmas speech every year, she has only appeared on TV to share a personal message on a handful of occasions, and one of those times was on September 5, 1997. Standing in front of a window at Buckingham Palace so that the crowd could be seen behind her, the Queen made a speech paying tribute to Diana's life and legacy. She said, "Since last Sunday's dreadful news, we have seen, throughout Britain and around the world, an overwhelming expression of sadness at Diana's death. We have all been trying in our different ways to cope. It is not easy to express a sense of loss, since the initial shock is often succeeded by a mixture of other feelings: disbelief, incomprehension, anger, and concern for those who remain. We have all felt those emotions in these last few days. So what I say to you now, as your Queen and as a grandmother, I say from my heart. First, I want to pay tribute to Diana myself. She was an exceptional and gifted human being. In good times and bad, she never lost her capacity to smile and laugh, nor to inspire others with her warmth and kindness. I admired and respected her, for her energy and commitment to others, and especially for her devotion to her two boys. This week at Balmoral, we have all been trying to help William and Harry come to terms with the devastating loss that they and the rest of us have suffered. No one who knew Diana will ever forget her. Millions of others who never met her, but felt they knew her, will remember her.